For many new photographers, off-camera flash can seem quite intimidating and overwhelming. But today I'm going to provide you with a couple of settings that can help you with your foundation of building your knowledge concerning off-camera flash. Let's get into it. One of the first things to think about when you're doing off-camera flash is you want to make sure that you have a great composition. After you found a great composition, literally the foundation of simplifying off-camera flash is to make sure that you stick or stay committed to a pair of settings. And so we're going to be using ISO 100. It's a hot, beautiful day here in sunny Florida. It's about 10:30 in the morning, and we're going to stick to ISO 100. No need for us to go to anything higher than that. And then our aperture is going to be at an f4. Now I'm going to be using the Canon EF 85mm 1.8 lens. And the reason why I chose an aperture of f4 is because when the 1.8 is fully wide open at 1.8, 2.8, the edges on the subject can tend to be kind of soft as well as on the nose. So we're going to go to f4 so that we can make sure that our subject is sharp and in focus. And then we're going to use a shutter speed. We're going to start off at 3200th of a second. Then we'll start at 4,000th of a second, and we'll go all the way up to 1/8,000th of a second, and we're going to use that in order to control the ambient light. Now, normally when you're shooting at such a high shutter speed, you're normally doing that to freeze action. Now, usually when I'm shooting for my alma mater, Florida State, when I'm doing baseball outside, I'm not able to use flash, so I usually crank my shutter speed up to about 3200th of a second, and that allows me to freeze action. I'm really not trying to control the ambient light in that situation, but since we're going to be doing portraits here and our subject will be relatively still, we're really using a high shutter speed to control the ambient light, not to stop action. So the key is to remain committed to a set of settings. So ISO 100, an aperture of f4, and then we're going to start our shutter speed at 1/3200th of a second. For this particular setup, I'm using the Westcott FJ400, the Rapid Box Switch Octa M, which is double diffused. It's 36 inches across, basically 3 feet. And so I like to position the light source 3 to 5 feet from my subject. Now the Westcott FJ400, the strobe's power goes all the way up to a power level of 9. We use 7 for all of the photographs here, and I found that a power of 7 worked really well. It kept the highlights on the face from being blown out. So if you want to duplicate these settings, just make sure that your strobe power is not all the way up, but it's close to its maximum power. All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much it. Hopefully that was beneficial. It was helpful for you. You know, that's off-camera flash using a one light setup. Now, yes, we were doing high-speed sync because we were using the sun as a rim light for the back of my head. So we were shooting kind of directly in the sun. So our shutter speed needed to be increased in order to be able to expose the background. Now, the Canon R6, it has a flash speed of 1/250th of a second, but when you're using off-camera flash in high-speed sync, it can go all the way up to 1/8000th of a second, as you all saw there. But, you know, it's all about what you want to create. You're the artist, you're the creative. You know, none of these settings are a hard rule. It's not gospel. It's just something for you to experiment with to kind of find out what your style is or what you're wanting to create. Now, on the next video that we're going to do, I'm going to be doing another one light setup off camera flash, and we're going to be using this Canon RF 50mm 1.8, as most call it, the Nifty 50. It's a budget lens. I bought this from Best Buy. I think it was like 150 bucks. It was on sale. But we're going to be testing this out against that Canon EF 85mm 1.8 that I was photographing with in this video. And then we're also going to put it against this beast, which is the Canon RF 100 to 500mm lens. Now, this thing cost me about $3,000. I bought it brand new. I rented it first from lensrentals.com to see if I even liked it. And then when I took it out to do some sports photography with it, I really enjoyed it. So I purchased it. And I've been actually able to take some really good sports portraiture pictures with this. And I haven't used it in the daytime with off-camera flash, but I have used it at night. As a matter of fact, here are a few pictures. I did a recent college graduation photo, and this client, she really enjoyed her photos. But here I'm using this lens. Now, this is a 4.5 to 7.1. I don't recommend it at night at all unless you're using flash, but for sports at night, it's a no-go. But I used a one light setup here, as you can see where she's popping the champagne bottle. My light, that FJ400, was actually in those palmetto bushes that you see to the left. Now, I was able to, afterwards, I went into Photoshop and I masked it out, but I have it, you know, pointed directly at her, and it was able to really catch, you know, a good photograph using this lens. Now, I want to try it out during the daytime with the off-camera flash. Here's another photo that I was able to generate with this. And, you know, as I said before, the client, she really liked her pictures. Same thing. I had the flash pointed directly at her. And, you know, I think it came out pretty well. You know, she enjoyed them. And as you can see, the light right there in her pupils. So it's all about, you know, what you want to create and, you know, just going out there and experimenting. And that's what we'll be doing on this channel. We'll be experimenting with different things, and hopefully some of the things that I share with you, you'll be able to take them and create your own masterpieces, have fun, and hopefully you'll learn something from this. We'll learn something together. But, you know, put your comments down in the comment section, kind of share with me what you'd like to see or what you might like for me to do. And I'll try to post a video at least once a week, probably about 10 minutes in length at the most. And thanks for watching. If you could hit that like button for me, as well as subscribe, follow, put on notifications. And I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.